of the teams that still need to name a quarterback, the Colts are one that could be good. I mean, the Browns and Saints, I'm sorry, all due respect, nobody's expecting you to be good. You could be, but nobody's expecting it.
Yeah.
There's a greater expectation that maybe the Colts could be something.
Right.
Shane Steichen, head coach, said after the preseason game he's very close to naming a starter. Daniel Jones got the start in the Week 2 preseason game, did well. Anthony Richardson came in, got more time in the second game than expected because he was limited in the first game with that pinky injury. Where do you think this one goes?
I think this is going to go Daniel Jones' favor here. It feels like that to me. You know, one, he's had two very good performances, right? I think he's just a little bit more steady Eddie, right, for lack of a better way to say it. Anthony Richardson's been better. There's no doubt. He's fixed a few things with his throwing motion and his mechanics. He's played well in the pocket. You know, when he's throwing the ball, you've heard me say, it's like, it's wow, or it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he missed that easy throw. He's hitting the throws he's supposed to hit. I think all of that is there. But, yeah, the fact that Anthony Richardson gets hurt a little bit in the first preseason game. Daniel Jones does well coming in right after that. Starts last game. Daniel Jones does well again in that performance there. I feel like this is one where, yeah, it's a big year. Let's go with the guy that we know has played a little bit, has played in a playoff game. Let's see where that goes. And if it doesn't work, then we can act like, hey, here comes Superman off the bench. He's ready to go, and Anthony Richardson. I feel like that's more probable than the other way around.
Is there something to be said for not just the politics of football, but the mindset? They used a top 5 pick on Anthony Richardson in 2023.
Right.
Let's just this is his last chance. You're the starter week 1. Don't screw it up. Seize the day. Make the most of your opportunity. Keep Daniel Jones on the sideline. And they ride Anthony Richardson until it falls apart or he gets injured, and then Daniel Jones comes in and saves the day. You know, Jones will be unflustered by that. If you flip it around, if you start Jones and he gets hurt or he's not effective, then you got to turn to Richardson. I almost feel like, I don't know. I'm torn on this because it could be dysfunctional to adhere to the guy that you made a top 5 pick. We're starting him because he was the guy that we put all this emphasis behind.
Yeah, I hear you.
But
yeah,
I could also make the argument this is the ultimate litmus test to see whether or not he's going to step up in year 3.
Right.
It's only year 3. It doesn't seem fair to pull the plug on him after 2 seasons. Let's let him go out there knowing there's a guy on the sideline who's ready to go. Let's go. You're operating on the high wire without a net. Let's go. I would be tempted to at least seriously consider the possibility of saying to Anthony Richardson, all right, hey, man, this is it. Last chance. Go play. Yeah, sorry you're going to have to look over your shoulder. Sorry you're going to have to worry that every turnover may be the last one before you get benched. That's how it goes. The alternative is you don't play at all.
Yeah.
So let's see if you can make the most out of this opportunity. I'd be tempted to consider that.
I hear what you're saying. I hear you. Yeah, and you said it right. He's a top 5 pick. They're invested emotionally, asset-wise, all of that. They want that to work, right? But also, their ass is out of there if it doesn't go well this year. And the last 2 years, they've kind of gone, oh, we're going to make it work. Oh, we can turn him around. Oh, I know he's raw, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and your ass has been home for the playoffs because you've been waiting for that. I don't think they're going to wait right now. I think they're going to have him sit behind and watch Daniel Jones. We'll see, though. I'm not like I have inside information. Again, this is more about what I've seen on the field, the way they call the game, how it feels, all that. I feel like Daniel Jones is the one that's in the leader house there. But, I hear what you're saying. I do. I totally hear what you're saying, and I think there's a possibility there, but I'm going to say it's Daniel Jones.
And there's a new wrinkle to consider. Carly Ursay-Gordon is calling the shots now from the ownership perspective.
Yeah.
How involved will she be in the decision as to who starts? What kind of questions will she be raising? What kind of assurances will she give to Chris Ballard and or Shane Steichen as it relates to whether or not their asses are on the line? It just becomes a factor. It's a new factor. It's a new twist in these relationships that will manifest itself in some way that we may or may never understand where that connection is. But it's just something to be aware of. If Carly Ursay-Gordon says in a meeting with Chris Ballard and Shane Steichen what I just said. That favors Anthony Richardson.
It does.
How are you not going to listen to the person who owns the team?
Yeah, I hear you. Well, they can just go, well, hey, like, we waited for it last year, and you almost wanted to fire us because it didn't work. And did you see week 1? I mean, they brought kind of a simple blitz, and he almost got his head knocked off. You don't think it's going to be a little crazier in the regular season, week 1 and week 2? You know, with the defenses they're playing. Again, another team that I would sit here and go, hey, they're playing their first 3 games. They're Dolphins, Broncos, and Titans. All 3 of those teams are what, top 6, top 7 defenses in football last year? I know their teams might have been great. I just think they're at a point here where they got to hit the ground running in Indianapolis, and I think Daniel Jones is that guy. And then if it doesn't work out there, then they can sell to their team.
He is
Superman.
Hey,
right? Yeah.
We know that Daniel Jones literally is capable of hitting the ground running.
He definitely is.
You know
right.
that.
You got to watch out for that 5-yard line
because he did once. He did once hit the ground running. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.